Good day, folks. Welcome back to another tying video. We're on to the final video. We're going to show you using the new synthetic tapered quills from Canadian Llama. So I'm on to the third color here. As I said, I think there's 11 or 12 different colors. This one here is the cinnamon, so quite a bit lighter than the rusty brown, and just as much translucency here with it. So again, thread color is important with this stuff. So I'll go ahead and get started. We're going to do a little mayfly pattern here, and this is called the Quillabaetis, and I've got a Daiichi 1760, that's a size 14, and a 3/32 copper bead, and I'm tying with tan colored UTC ultra thread. So I'm just going to get my thread started here, and then I'm going to take some, this is a grizzly flashaboo, and it's a copper black color, so kind of a two-tone flashaboo. If you don't have this grizzly, copper would work, or brown would be another good color choice. So I'll just get this tailing material. I've got 3 strands of it, and I'm just gonna tie it in down to the back here, and I'll throw one wrap underneath just to help prop those tails up and splay them out a little bit for me. And then I'll chop this off about the same length as the hook shank. That looks good there. So now what I'm going to do is take my quill, and you've seen me kind of chop off the very tip of it on the previous videos, but this is a little bit of a smaller hook, and so because of that, all I do is just trim the very tip of it to a point, but not shave away any material. And then I'll just get it wrapped in at the very back there, and just start to work my underbody here. Just build a little bit of a taper. Don't need much, but that looks pretty good there. So then I'll just take my quill, and again I've got the darker side facing back, and I'm just going to start to wrap this up. Same as the buzzers, nice space touching turns. You can see that thread color showing through, so you get a really neat tan, kind of a cinnamon color combo, and works really well for this nymph. So we'll get that tied off, chopped out of here. And now I'm just going to try to guesstimate about where I want my wing case. So I'll wrap back a little bit, and then before I do any more, I'm just going to UV resin the body. With this quills, it just makes it pop, and although it's a durable material on its own, when you put this resin on it, it makes it pretty bulletproof. So I'll just put a dab of that on and work this around the fly. sure the whole thing's covered. That looks good there. Just come in and give it a zap. Usually give her 10 seconds or so, and that's about all this stuff needs to cure. Okay, and now next step is going to be our wing case, and for that using some copper brown Flashabou. If you have a thicker brown or copper brown hollow tinsel, that would work as well. So we'll just get this tied in. I'm going to try and have it tied in nice and centered. That looks about right there. Just check that. Looks pretty good. I think I'm happy with that there. So we'll just set that Flashabou off to the side for now. And next material we're going to tie in is the 5mm UV straggle. And this is the tan color. So this is going to act as our thorax and our legs. So we'll just tie that in, a few wraps, and then we're just going to wrap this up towards our bead. Only going to take 2 or 3 wraps, and then we'll tie that off. A couple wraps in behind. Sweep everything back and get a couple locking wraps in there, and you can trim your excess out. Get rid of that. Now I just come in here and give this thing a little bit of a haircut up on top. Don't have to do this, but just creates a bit of a landing pad for our wing case. That looks good there. And so now I'll grab these fibers and just pull them straight over top. That looks good there. Couple wraps on top, couple underneath, and then I can trim out that Flashabou. And then what I like to do before I wrap the collar is, and it's not a big deal, but just got a brown Sharpie and I'm just going to darken this little bit of thread here so that when I whip finish I get a darker collar rather than a lighter one. Like I say, not a big step. So we'll just throw a couple turns in there, trim out our thread, and then kind of again just pull all this UV straggle downward, and then I'm going to come in with this is a thicker UV resin, just better for doing wing cases, doesn't move around as much. So we'll just put a dollop of that on top and then just spread it out. Make sure it's all over that wing case. I think that looks pretty good there. So we can come in and just give that a zap, cure it up. That's probably pretty good. A couple stragglies here we can trim out. And there it is. That's all there is to the Quillabaetis mayfly pattern. It's a super slick little pattern utilizing some of the new materials from Canadian Llama, the tapered synthetic quills, and then the UV straggle. Awesome stuff. Really good looking pattern. So give that one a try, fish it, let us know how it does for you. Hopefully that'll help you catch some fish once you get out on the water. And that's all there is to the Quillabaetis. Thanks very much for watching. Give us a thumbs up if you liked it. Subscribe if you haven't. And until the next one, cheers and tight lines.